said, the prophets prophesy falsely, and the priests rule by their own power. And my people love to have it so. But what would they do in the end? My people love to have it so. People want that. When you come to 2 Corinthians 11, 2 Corinthians chapter 11, let me find that scripture. Okay, you go to chapter 11, yes. Okay, verse 20. Let's see verse 20. For you put up with it if one brings you to bondage, if one divorces you, if one takes from you, if one exalts himself, if one strikes you on the face. He said, you put up with it, you like it. Verse 21. To our shame, I say that we were too weak for that. Paul was saying that when people abuse you, you say, yes, that's a true leader. People think that a leader is somebody, when you enter the place, everybody is running for cover. But he's going to insult you. He's going to dress you down and make you look stupid. And people are used to that kind of leadership. He said, to our shame, we were too weak for that. Too weak for that. You see, spiritual abuse. Look at Jeremiah 50 verse 6. It's happening in the church. Even the way we demand money from people. Who are supposed to be under our tutelage, or let's say our care, spiritually speaking, put pressure on them to bring money to you. It's an abuse. And threaten them. And out of ignorance you tell them that, look, if you don't bring me this money, then this is happening to you. My people have been lost sheep. Their shepherds have led them astray. They have turned them away on the mountains. They have gone from mountain to hill. They have forgotten their resting place. People are very tired in church. You see the sheep, they are hassled, disgruntled, bustled. Because always the shepherds are stripping them, milking them, squeezing them, deceiving them, giving them what is fake. Now, you see, don't be surprised that people have now started talking against all those unbelievers, are talking against all those things in the church. Pressure we put on people. People want to control your life, every aspect of your life. But that's not leadership. We will give counsel. We give advice. We sometimes give instructions and directions. But we don't use that to control you. I can give Derek an advice. And I can say, Derek, when you are coming to church, usually you take this route. But there's another route here. So I've given my advice. It could even be from the Spirit. And he must obey that advice. But if he doesn't obey the advice, it does not mean that I should now begin to shun him, employ certain tactics to make him feel so bad. I should cut him off. I should ridicule him publicly. No. But you see, maybe the advice was a good advice. And later he will come to know that I advised him correctly. And that's it. Or maybe he will learn some lessons. But never to use anything to manipulate him and to say, because he didn't take my advice, don't talk to me again. Don't call me again. If you call me, I won't mind you. It's not like that. It's not like that. So, spiritual abuse is when a leader rules the members with fear, intimidation, and force, and there's no room for ventilation. Even if God is telling you there's an initiative God is putting in your heart, you cannot, there's no room to discuss. You can't even discuss. You can't, it's like you can't hear God. It must always come from up to down. You can't say, God says I should do this. Someone had a dream. He went to a church. The pastor of the church had chained the members to the seats, and the seats had been fixed. So the members, their legs were chained. When you hear statements like, if you leave this church, you are cursed. If you leave my covering, you are cursed. It's all abuse. It's all witchcraft. Because the covering that you are giving the person, you have forgotten that there's a covering also on your head. So if I tell you, look, if you leave this church, it will be well with you. And I use things to chain you. It's spiritual abuse. I've counseled people. I've told them to leave certain churches. One person went to a church somewhere in town, and it was so serious that they had to leave, because you see, the man of God was literally using them as slaves. He will take your money and use your strength also to work for him. Use you as a slave. You don't have your wife, your children, all of you. You are slaves to the man of God and to what he will say. To the extent that when the man wanted to leave, the wife fought him. Say, you want to bring a curse. You are leaving him. I said, leave. That man is not from God. That's why he's binding you with charms and all that. I prayed for him, broke all those things. I said, leave the place. Look for another church that they speak tree. Join that church. Yeah, because that church was a tree-speaking church. I said, join that church. Don't go there again. So he left. Later on, then the wife too was convinced. Because okay, let me end. But spiritual abuse is not only leaders who abuse members. Members also abuse pastors. That one too is spiritual abuse. When they take them for granted and don't think about their welfare, it's also spiritual abuse. Because there are some members, all that they think about is using the pastor or the man of God for their benefits. They never think about you. They just look at. Let me balance it. Listen. You see, as a shepherd, for instance, you have to be there for the sheep, literally, 24/7. So I have no issues when people call me, maybe distress call. Many a time people can call me midnight. Sometimes I'm not asleep, and they know, so we can communicate. But then there have been times when people have called me, and the call has brought me back from sleep. But I didn't take offense, because they were sheep. I'm a shepherd. I'm supposed to attend to them. If I don't want to attend to anybody, I'll have to put on my phone. Once my phone is on, it means that people can call. But there are people also who are selfish. They are sheep who are also selfish, thinking about only what the shepherd can do for them. I handled a case in another church. That person who is a pastor is a son to me. He's a pastor of the church. And the elders are squeezing him. Literally. Can you believe that somebody who is pastoring a church, he's in full-time service, pastoring a church, he's in need of accommodation. And he had to call me to sort him out in accommodation. So when I got a chance to go there, I had a meeting with two of the elders, and I said, why is the church, because in the church you can take off, why is the church not doing that? And they are saying that is a policy in a church and this and that. And I said, then it's a wrong policy. The church should be able to take care of the pastor if the pastor is the full-time service. Not to say that, oh, it's a too much judgment. Who told you it's a too much judgment? No. So I had to go and order things around. That's how members also abuse pastor. Somebody called me, not a member of this church. The person is not a member of this church. And the person called me, and I didn't see the call. It called me around, I think, 12 something. I didn't see. So I had 2 missed calls. So, but I didn't also call back. So I waited after everything in the morning I called. The person was so angry that he called me and I couldn't pick. And I said, oh, I was asleep. He didn't want to understand that I too, I sleep. Why should we? What means thou? Jonah, what means thou? How can you sleep at this time? When I need you, you are asleep. You know, people try to use. I told you one guy. That guy is in another country. Anytime he will maybe send me something like a seed, he want to send me. No, he want to send you on an errand. So that seed is more. So he will send, and he will send the money. Then a call will come. This my uncle's sister's auntie's cousin brother's wife. Somewhere that money that he sent, if I put petrol, it will waste it all. So fine, going to pay for somebody is not a problem. But I noticed a trend. So one day when he sent the money, I intentionally put because I knew instruction was coming. Then after some few, I put on my data. Then a call came. Oh, I've been calling you. Your phone is off. Oh. I wanted you to. Then I said, look, brother. I said, from today, please. When you don't, you see, if you want me to go and pray for somebody, just tell me. I won't take money from you again. I just told him that. I said, I won't take money from you again. I will, if you want me to go and pray for somebody, just tell me. I will just go and pray. I wanted to disabuse his mind of that. You don't link seed to sending a man of God. People think that men of God are to be used like that. Somebody once called me, another person from the US called me, not in this ministry, but outside the ministry, called me, and then he had been calling me. We have been talking for like a month. I explained scriptures. Sometimes he calls me, we talk like 2 hours, explaining scriptures and all that. Then one day he said, the Lord showed him that there are some people around me, like young people that I'm taking care of. I said, yes. Then he said, the Lord said I should be part of it. I said, okay, God bless you. So he said, how do I do it? I said, oh, I've been doing this since 2001. So it's more like a fund. So you send the money to me. I will know how to apply it. So he sent money. Then the next time he said, I want a report, a detailed report on everybody, all the people, how you use the money. And I said, I can't do that for you. He said, I said, no, I can do that for you. I didn't. The thing is, it's something I'm doing. Okay? If you want me, it's not detailed report, something I'm doing. So you can't tell me to give a report and give. So I said, look, I have a friend who has an orphanage. That chief who came here. So I gave Nana's number to him. And I gave his number to Nana, and I said, please, this person wants an orphanage to support. So send your money to the orphanage. I said, don't send it to me again. Later he sent me, he said, you are one of the, he said, what? Your kind is so rare. You and money, your kind is so rare. The way you could reject money. I said, it's not any money I reject to. If you like, try me and see. It's not any, but I reject Naaman's money because it comes with leprosy. Okay,